From whatever place you tuned on to the Life Signatures Radio, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, and welcome to yet another episode on this daily show. We have been discussing and started talking about living a strategic life. If these episodes are making any sense to you, inspiring, motivating, instructing, teaching, one way or another, blessing you, they will be necessarily also do the same thing to someone else that you can share with. So share with as many as you can. And if you wanted to donate, please do share your donation on the link that I have provided in the show notes. We're going to continue talking about living a strategic life. And even as I talk about these things, I am talking to myself. One of the things that Zig Ziglar said, he said, many people say that motivation doesn't last. Well, so does bathing, and that's why we recommend it daily. I've realized that the more we talk about something, the more we are able to do it, or the more it's alive in our minds. And if it's alive in our minds, the more we're able to take action upon it. If we leave a matter to slide and to end, it kind of gets starved, an idea gets starved, and it just becomes weakened, and it's not important anymore. It's no longer in the frontal cortex of our minds, and that's it. So let's talk about being strategic in life. And I'm not talking about you as a company. Companies have people who talk to them. I talk to you as an individual. Can we be strategic in our approach to life? Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
So over the past two or three episodes, we talked about short-termism. And the reason as to why I started talking about short-termism is so that we can be able to do a contrast and see what's the difference between living a short-termist life and living a strategic life. What did we learn yesterday? Critically, we learned that to be short-termist, you don't need to do nothing. It is automatic. It's the most autopiloted effort in the world ever for all of us human beings. We live in a short-termist society. That's why we invent things like microwaves, and then we stand at the microwave and we shout at it to cook faster. That's how short-termist we've become. But to be strategic, you will need to expend effort. I will need to be intentional. I will need to be patient, by the way. It's because it's long-term, it's laborious. It doesn't satisfy my urgent needs right now, right? It doesn't fulfill my appetites right now. And just let me just use those two things. If all I am doing is to satisfy my appetites, ask King David when he saw Bathsheba, I am being short-termist. If all I am doing is quelling fires right now, firefighting right now, I might necessarily be short-termist. But if I have this discipline and I have this patience that says, no, this is the way we've got to stay, this is the direction we've got to take. We don't draw out the money now, we leave it there. I know the markets are saying this and this and this, but we know our strategic focus. We stay there. These upheavals in the market are short-termist. They're gonna pass. It's a passing cloud. Okay, anyway. But what does it mean really to live a strategic life, and why is it important? We need to discuss that. Now listen, we're discussing that at an individual level, at me as an individual. What does it look like for me to be strategic? And I think living strategically for me as an individual. Now, before I can even give us the definition, it doesn't need for you to have a business mind. I'm not talking about business here. I'm talking about life at an individual level. You don't need to have a business mind, a business degree, economics degree to be able to harness this. No, it's just life. It means approaching your personal and professional growth and existence with intentionality, with foresight, and with purpose. Those three things. I'm reading this man called Elon Musk. Man, this guy is nuts. He's not. I've never come across, probably Steve Jobs, but I've never come across a maniacal, mission-oriented individual who is such an intentional freak and purpose-oriented human being. The man is strategic. No wonder, by the way, he is the richest man in the world as we speak. The man has companies upon companies with big names and products upon products with big names that are under his belt, and they are successful. Starlink is successful. Neuralink is making waves around the world. Twitter, the man went into Twitter and cut the number of employees by half, and it's doing better than it ever has. It's the number one. I'm not talking about sentiment here. Facts. If you check the number one social media channel for news, it is Twitter. He called it X. SpaceX is doing amazing, incredible stuff. The other day they launched a big rocket, 22-story in height, and they sent it up there, and then they brought it back and they captured it. Tesla is doing incredible stuff. Solar City, I just learned that this guy formed a company called the Boring Company to create tunnels. Of course, it hasn't taken off, but it's amazing. Nearly everything that this guy does is strategic. It is not. If you wanted to know things that are strategic, I've already given you some hints, but let me add you one hint. It just occurred to me right now. Things that are strategic, for the most part, are not benefiting the self or the ego. Things that are strategic, for the most part, they benefit society, they benefit other people. That's what I've realized about nearly everything this man does. That is what being strategic means. It means to approach our personal existence, our professional lives with intentionality, with foresight, and with purpose. That's where purpose comes in. Purpose is seldom about me, how I'm going to put food on the table. I don't think this guy wakes up and start thinking, where is food gonna come from? These strategic people don't think food. That's why my pastor told me you need to stop thinking past lunch. It's so painful a statement. But sometimes we live in environments where the only thing we can think about is lunch. I'm hungry. Where is food gonna come from? Where am I going to get money to pay for my rent? Where am I going to get money to pay for school fees for the kids? And that's where our focus and our thoughts are. Our whole existence. And you can excuse us, by the way, because those are valid reasons. These are valid reasons. Because if I think strategic right now, the strategic is going to pay me in 5 years' time. And by 5 years' time, I will have been kicked out of the house. I'll be starving in 5 years. See this balance. To be strategic involves setting clear long-term goals, making deliberate choices that will align with those particular goals and that particular strategic focus, and to each and every given opportunity, I would recommend weekly to reflect on the progress to ensure that we are on the right path. Because let me tell you, it goes past 2 weeks, however hot that idea was, in a month's time, if you've not reviewed it twice, it is an abortion. It is gonna die. So remember that. So the opposite is to reactively or impulsively respond to circumstances and situations as they go. That's why in organizations we have this, they call the tactical level, there's the strategic level, there's the tactical level, and then there's the other one I've forgotten. If you are living your life below the tactical level, you know what happens? You don't have an agenda. You have people's agenda. They come and they interrupt you. You be working on something. It reminds me of when I was growing up. My father, that guy. I mean, he will send you, go and tether that cow, and you're on the way to untether. 3/4 of the way, he sends you to go and do another thing. Go and wash that particular. I mean, he will send you all over the place. And then at some point in time, I would just go to exasperate. What do you want me to do? Can I do one thing at a time and finish it? That's the problem of being short-termist. You firefight from the moment you wake up to the moment you sleep. You're firefighting, and the week has gone and the week has come and it has gone. You look back and there is absolutely nothing you can focus on, and you can say, I did that. And that's why we are stressed. We live a stressful life because all we do is firefighting. And we don't even finish the firefighting. And we don't even do things that can please our souls, and we can put our hearts onto it and say, that was a marvelous thing to do. It was a project that we did. My goodness. The importance of living a strategic life cannot be overstated. It cannot be overestimated, my friends. In a fast-paced, unpredictable, microwaved world, it provides clarity, so much needed. It provides focus, provides resilience. It anchors us, gives an anchor, sends our roots down, gives us an identity, gives us a brand. See, by organizing our life around a larger vision, a strategic vision, we are better equipped to navigate the challenges that we are facing, to seize opportunities that might even occur, and to avoid distractions that are a daily occurrence. Everywhere you turn, the moment you wake up, you're already distracted by your phone. That's why we've got to be strategic in our approach. So we're going to look at some of the things that entail living a strategic life. What does it really entail? And as you might guess, there's nothing new under the sun. These things have already been discussed in this podcast in different formats, but not homing in on the idea or the aspect of being strategic in our existence. We're going to start talking about those things in the episode tomorrow, and we're going to do 3 or 4, 5 of them, 6, 7 of them, and then we will continue from there. We'll see later on why a strategic life is important. But today, that's just the intro for it. Tomorrow, we're going to look at the areas in which we can be strategic, and then later on why it is important. But until then, bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.